When I wrote Mike Mentzer, American Odysseus, ECW Press 2025, I was able to immerse myself deeply in his body of work. One of the most enlightening parts of that research was examining his personal training journal entries leading up to the 1979 Mr. Olympia contest in Columbus, Ohio. These diary pages originally appeared in his self-published Heavy Duty Journal, a book that has been out of print for quite some time now. Mike repeatedly emphasized to his students the importance of keeping a training journal, a topic I've covered in a previous video, because it provides the only individualized data that truly matters. A trainee can see instantly whether changes in exercises, sets, reps, or nutrition actually influence muscular progress. What's particularly striking is that Mike lived by that advice. His own meticulous journaling offers a rare and intimate window into his training mindset at the height of his competitive career. Before we begin, however, it is important to distinguish between the way Mike trained for contests in the late 1970s and the training he later prescribed for natural trainees during his personal training years in the 1990s. By then, he had significantly reduced both volume and frequency to allow natural athletes the recovery they needed for growth. When Mike competed, he also used anabolic steroids, potent recovery enhancers that were standard among all elite bodybuilders of the era. This video is not an endorsement of drug use, nor was it ever Mike's position to encourage non-competitive athletes to use them. Mike's view was that it was a personal choice, though he consistently advised against it for anyone not earning a livelihood from bodybuilding. A good example of this is his interaction with the American neuroscientist Andrew Huberman. When Huberman, a teenager at the time, approached Mike for guidance in the 1990s, he asked about steroids. Mike's response was simple: don't take them. Huberman recounted this on the More Plates, More Dates podcast in 2021.
So we were introduced through a friend, and I have to say, Mike was very helpful to me. So he said a couple things. First of all, he discouraged me from going near any anabolics. He was really adamant about that. He said, look, you're not going to have a career in this. You're doing this for your own fitness and well-being. I highly encourage you to just really learn how to train well. I thought that was great advice.
Huberman added that Mike encouraged him to enjoy training, avoid making it a grind, and invest deeply in pursuits outside the gym: studies, reading, building something meaningful. Mike even emphasized sleep as foundational. Huberman took all of it to heart. I mention this because Mike's 1979 journal does document steroid use. My goal here isn't to debate that fact, but to present an honest historical record of how he used his training journal during one of the most important contest preps of his life. With that preamble in place, let's take a peek inside Mike Mentzer's training journal, the 101 days that defined a legend. The beginning, discipline, and doubt. It's 1979. Bodybuilding stands on the edge of transition. Arnold Schwarzenegger's reign is fading, and a new archetype is appearing. More analytical, more intense, more scientific. That man is Mike Mentzer. For most, bodybuilding is guided by instinct. For Mentzer, it is governed by logic and precision. Nowhere is this clearer than in his private training journal leading up to the 1979 Mr. Olympia. On June 27, 1979, 101 days before the contest, he wrote, "Weighed 225 pounds prior to workout with no cuts and little in the way of roundness. 101 days to the Olympia, 14 weeks. My body weight should be below 220 pounds by the end of July. Don't starve in July, just lose 6 to 8 pounds of fat without sacrificing muscle." Even in his opening entry, you can see the balancing act. Ambition tempered by restraint. Every week, every adjustment was a controlled experiment in applied physiology. He outlined his competitive training strategy clearly.
Typical heavy-duty routine. It's 4 days split, 4 days out of every 7 days. Initially, I'm too weak and too out of condition to overtrain. My main concern is to get in there, get in condition, burn calories, lose some of this fat. And as I progress and build muscle mass, and I my work capacity increases. I'll cut back to 4 days out of every 9 or 10 days because the likelihood of overtraining increases as you get bigger and stronger.
But beneath the structure was frustration. Workout was relatively strong today despite no heavy workout since April-May. Felt somewhat depleted later in the day. This was not yet the voice of a confident champion. It was the voice of a scientist restarting a complex experiment. His total caloric intake that day? Just 550 calories. In his own words, very low. The turning point, commitment and control. By July 10th, something had shifted. His tone tightened, his resolve sharpened. Today is the real beginning of Olympia preparation. No more screwing around. Must stay on strict diet from here on out. Only 89 days left. From that moment, every workout was a deliberately engineered assault. Brief, intense, and aimed squarely at muscular failure. He logged. Pull down. The weight stack and 45 additional pounds. Rest pause. Pull down the stack for 6 reps to positive failure. Pulley rows, 220 pounds for 6 reps. Another set of 6 reps. 160 pounds for 12 reps. All 3 sets in normal fashion to positive failure only. One-arm dumbbell row, 150 pounds for 6 reps each arm. Felt very heavy. 120 pounds for 10 reps. Nautilus lateral raise, stack, and 15 pounds additional, rest pause. Press on universal machine, stack for 5 reps, up 2 reps. Rear delt machine, stack for 2 reps, done rest pause style, too heavy. These weren't just numbers, they were data points, evidence in his ongoing study of adaptation and strength. The machine awakens. Just 6 days later, on July 16th, his journal practically vibrated with energy. Great workout, the best this summer. Then followed a detailed breakdown. July 16th, 1979. Nautilus duo pullover, 10 plates for 4 reps. Nautilus behind neck torso, stack, and 10 pounds for 5 reps, rest pause style. Pull downs, stack, and 25 pounds for 4 reps, rest pause. One-arm dumbbell row, 150 pounds for 6 reps. Cable rows, 2 sets to failure with the stack. Power cleans, 215 pounds for 4 reps, 250 pounds for 1 rep, 215 pounds for 4 reps. Stiff-legged deadlifts, 335 pounds for 4 reps, 285 pounds for 6 reps, 235 pounds times 10, break-in. Shoulder shrugs, weight stack for 4 reps, stack minus 30 pounds for 6 reps, stack minus 60 pounds for 8 reps. He even noted his running workouts, charging up parking structures, pushing through fatigue, layering endurance onto intensity. This was done to burn additional calories, to make him more ripped for the impending contest. That same day, with clinical detachment, he recorded the onset of his steroid regimen. Today, I started my steroid regimen, 100 milligrams of decadurabolin, 50 milligrams of durabolin, and 2 dianabol pills. No bravado, no theatrics, simply data. Tools to be measured and managed. His calorie total for the day, 1,545, a strategic equilibrium between deficit and performance. The experiment was in full swing. Endurance and evolution. By August 21st, Mentzer had entered a new physiological landscape. His body was burning fat in ketosis. His endurance skyrocketed. His journal shows a mix of exhaustion and triumph. Up at 5:40 a.m. in small ketosis. Ran 1.5 miles before workout. Weighed 223 prior to workout. Rode bike 40 miles. Wasn't too bad. Ran 5.5 miles. Most active day ever. Weighed 216 after the run versus 223 this morning. Few bodybuilders of that era dared such cardiovascular extremes, but Mentzer believed running and biking accelerated not just fat loss, but overall vitality. He later wrote, "Running keeps the metabolism hyped up and keeps fluids and everything moving through the body. Every weigh-in, every mile, Every fluctuation in hydration, he tracked it all. He wanted to know why his body responded the way it did. Rage and refinement. By September 3rd, just 5 weeks out, his voice changed again. The calm scientist gave way to the warrior. Only 5 weeks to Olympia. Gotta be an animal again, full of rage and fury. Strong today, burn. Must be a Superman these next 5 weeks. Train heavy, a lot of rest pause. Despite surviving on around 900 calories per day, he demanded heavy, high-intensity sessions. September 3rd, 1979. Nautilus pec, stack and 75 pounds, rest pause, 4 reps. 1 pure set negative style, 4 reps. 1 set to positive failure, 6 reps. Universal incline press, stack and 20 pounds for 2 reps, plus several forced reps. Decline press, stack, 1 set, 6 reps. Duo pullover, stack for 4 forced reps. 11 plates to failure for 7 reps. Behind neck torso, 12 plates for 1 set of 6 reps. Cable rows, 2 sets with the stack to failure, positive. Pull down stack for 1 set to failure. Nautilus lateral, stack and 25 pounds for 2 positive reps plus several forced. Stack for 6 positive reps to failure. Even when his energy waned, his will did not. Afterward, he ran another 3 miles, chasing the perfect combination of hardness and definition. His assessment? I weighed 217 pounds and I'm really starting to look good. Almost there. My abs are coming in deep and my serratus are the most cut ever. My skin has thinned considerably this week due to the running, biking, and calorie control. He was exhausted. He was elated. He was sharpening the blade. Confidence and momentum. By September 29th, Mentzer was no longer questioning himself. His journal reflected confidence, bordering on certainty. Up at 7:45 a.m., feeling great. Was in moderate ketosis. Weighed 214.5 pounds. Posed for Joe Weider photo session from noon to 1:30. Russ Warner thought I was my best ever. Joe flipped out too. He had achieved near-peak condition, hard, full, defined. Even his peers were convinced he might finally dethrone Frank Zane. I am really building momentum, and my confidence has never been better. Joe and Arnold think I can win it. That night, he allowed himself a rare indulgence, extra food, a dinner party. But even that was strategic. The temporary increase in calories filled out his physique. The final countdown. October 6th, the day before the Olympia. The apex of 101 days of relentless precision. 1 day to go. I can't believe it. Must watch my water intake very carefully today. Run a little, sweat a little. Breakfast, 2 eggs, toast, prunes, 330 calories. Fluids, half a cup of coffee until late afternoon, then 1 glass of Perrier. He monitored every detail. I noticed my skin thinning progressively as the day went by. I was very aware that I was pissing out more than I was taking in, and my skin seemed thinner with each trip to the bathroom. To induce further dryness, he used alcohol, 1 glass of wine, 1 vodka gimlet. Drank alcohol for its mild diuretic effect, he noted, clinical as ever. And then came the surge of triumph. I really feel ready. I look ready. I am there. Weighed 216 this morning in sweats. Tomorrow, victory. The next morning, he weighed 210 pounds, carved, hard, and dry. His final entry was simple, searing, and unforgettable. Zane won. Bullshit. I should have taken it. Lessons from a legend. His journal closed not with bitterness, but reflection. He recorded 9 lessons, clear, distilled insights from the experiment of a lifetime. Start well enough in advance. I started counting at 101 days, which might normally be more than required, but I was in worse shape than usual. When in good shape to begin, start 8 weeks in advance. On steroids, he observed with scientific detachment. The 100 milligrams of Durabol in a week was most effective. More than that caused water retention problems. And he drew a crucial lesson about diet and activity. In the past, I starved myself on 800-calorie diets. I found in this contest it's better to keep calories higher and burn more with higher activity levels. It's better for the psyche and the soma. This balance between energy and expenditure, between the mental and physical, was a revelation that modern fitness science still echoes today. He also acknowledged that he had peaked early. I actually hit a peak 2 weeks before the show. It's ridiculous to diet and hope to make it the day of the show. His self-awareness was remarkable. He didn't rationalize, he analyzed. Legacy, the scientist, the artist, the man. Mike Mentzer's 1979 training journal is far more than a record of workouts. It is the chronicle of a man waging an internal war between calculation and instinct, between the scientist and the Superman. He didn't just build muscle, he studied himself. He tested every variable. He learned. Though the judges chose Frank Zane that night, Mentzer's real victory was intellectual. The insights he gained reshaped modern bodybuilding and still influence training philosophy today. And there was one journal entry that encapsulated his worldview. It's better for the psyche and the soma. Few lines summarize Mike Mentzer more perfectly. He believed that body and mind must evolve together, or not at all. His words remain a testament to what happens when discipline meets introspection, and when the pursuit of the perfect physique becomes the pursuit of truth.